Welcome back. So today's class is going to be suitable for beginner to intermediates. We're going to start off with basic beginner level of most exercises and then gradually build up to make it more of an intermediate exercise. So we'll begin. We're going to start with our feet together and then roll the toes out and then the heels. And then you're just going to rock forward over the toes and then back over the heels. And again, coming forwards, a little bend in the knees, and then back. Let's do one last one, rocking forwards, and then back to centre. Push the hips out to the side now. Just a gentle rock from side to side. You can feel as you do this, a gentle stretch down the outside. And then come back to centre. Rolling the shoulders back and down, and then as they come back, then you start to bend the knees and bring the arms up and over. And again, come down and then roll the arms up and over. Let's do two more of those. Just checking that your knees are staying hip distance apart. You really want to try avoid them rolling in together. Last one, roll the shoulders back and down. Now imagine that helium balloon fastened at the spine, pulling you through the neck and out the top of the head. So you're stacking the spine, standing as tall as you can, and you've got eyes on the horizon. Then we're going to switch the core on by taking a big breath in, the ribs lift up. And then as you exhale, the ribs slide down, and on that exhale, that's when you start to pull these tummy muscles in towards the spine. So it's the muscles around and below the belly button we're trying to get pulled in. And then we're going to release them back out. Let's do that again. Take a breath in. Exhale, and start to pull these muscles in. With them switched on, and keeping them switched on throughout the class, we'll begin. So we're going to come up with the arm, just enjoy that nice stretch down the side, and then roll round. So we're drawing a circle. If this is a bit too much on your back and hips, then you can just start with the stretch that we did to start with. But if not, just making these nice circles, warming up the hips, the back. Let's make this last one on this side. And we're going to finish with a stretch up and over. And again, so hold just for a stretch and then relax round. So you're loosening up the shoulder, the back, just relaxing into the stretch. Inhale, exhale. Let's do one last one. This is really good. So just loosen up the hips and the back before we begin. Finish with a stretch up and over. And then roll the shoulders back and down. Okay, so again, we're going to have a stretch down the side. Bring the arm up, take a breath in. And then stack the spine. And again, down the other side. Inhale. Exhale. So I want you to place your hand on the rib as you come up and just feel the rib expand as you take a breath in. You can feel the muscles between the rib cage, having a really nice stretch, taking a breath in. Exhale, come back to centre. Okay, so bringing the arms crossed and in front of the body. Keep the hips pointing forward and the eye line pointing forward. Let's have a really nice stretch through the spine. So keeping the eye line forward, having the twist and back. Good work. Keep this going. So by keeping the hips forward, by keeping the eye line forward, we're isolating this movement and we're getting the most out of this in the shoulders, neck, and the top part of the spine. Just keeping those shoulders relaxed. Don't allow them to lift up towards the ears. Last one. And then come back to centre. Relax. Roll the shoulders back and down. Okay, let's do one last little exercise just to loosen up my body. So we're going to bring the arms forward, keep the eye line and hips forward again. And like a bow and arrow, come back. Inhale. And then come back to centre. And again, inhale. And exhale. So these are all really good if you've been sat at a computer working. These are really nice ones to loosen up the top part of the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one last one. Last one this side. And then come back to centre. Relax. Roll the shoulders back and down. So the shoulders are now level. We're going to keep them level. And you're just going to drop the ear down towards the shoulder and then get onto the shoulder and then roll the head round. And instead of stopping here, just continue around a little bit. And by going a little bit behind the body, you're going to get stretched down the neck and into the shoulder and then roll back around. So instead of stopping on the shoulder, just go back a tiny bit. And again, let's do a couple more of these. Again, relax the hand, relax the body as you're doing this. And these are really good for anyone who gets tension headaches or shoulder pain. This is a really nice one. And then come back to centre, roll the shoulders back and down. Place your hands just into your spine, bring the elbows back, lift the head to take a breath in. We're just trying to have a stretch, open up the chest. And then exhale, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Okay, so just take a few steps to come to the end of your mat and we're going to do the rolls down. So taking a breath in and then as you exhale, knock the chin, round the arms and just loosen off the body by gently rolling down. Relax the neck and the head, don't allow those muscles to be switched on, just give them a little shake if that helps and just hold wherever you feel comfortable, taking a breath in and then exhale, tuck the tailbone under, dragging the hands and we leave the head until the last minute, roll the shoulders round, sit the head back and go again. So you're starting tall, stretching through. Inhale, exhale, round the shoulders, drop the head, relax. You've got a little bend in your knees. Just make sure the weight's even and just hold wherever's comfortable. And stacking the spine, dragging the hands. Rolling the shoulders up. Right, okay, we're going to do one last one. We're going to just take this one a little bit slower. Take a breath in. Exhale, round the shoulders. And just gently lowering down. Just taking your time a little bit more to make sure just loosening up as many muscles as we can. Hold, take a breath in. And this time on the exhale, just start to bend the knees and just bring yourself down onto the mat. Okay, so you're going to want to come and bring yourself onto your back. So you're going to lay gently down and then just making sure that your knees and feet are hip distance apart. We're protecting the little arch in our back, that's our natural curve, and we're protecting that by using our core muscles. So we're going to switch them on by taking a breath in. Exhale and pull the core muscles in. You've got them switched on now, so we're going to protect the spine using these. And we're going to start with an arm movement. The idea with this exercise is keeping your ribs fastened down with an imaginary piece of string to your hip bones. So just placing your thumbs on your ribs and your little finger on your hips. Just imagine that's fastened there with a piece of string and that can't get any bigger. So we can't arch by lifting the ribs and we can't change the position of the pelvis. So keeping solid there. We're just going to start with the arms and you bring them to here. Take a breath in. Exhale, and as they come back, really concentrate on keeping the ribs fastened down. You're going to get to about here and you're going to feel that that's a little bit hard work and that you need to lift the ribs if you're going to go any harder, any further back, and then bring the arms back to centre. Inhale, exhale, again, come back, keep the ribs fastened down, keep the belly button pulled into the spine. You're using those tummy muscles to make sure you don't change the position of the spine. Let's do this last one and then we'll get the legs involved. So bringing the arms back, pulling the tummy muscles in. Exhale and come back to centre. Lower the arms down, take a breath in. Exhale. Now you can lift one leg or you can lift two depending on how you're feeling. If you're lifting one, change over after you've done 6. And then you're going to bring the arms up. You're still a hip distance apart with the knees and the feet. And now you're going to bring the arms back, keeping the ribs down. And then back towards the knee. Keep going. So we're going to start to move the legs in a second. Currently we're really concentrating on keeping the ribs down. Don't allow them to lift. Now we're going to start to extend the leg away. It's up to you how far you extend the leg. You can make it a smaller movement, or you can fully extend. Remember, the arms are not going to the floor. If they go to the floor, you're going to arch the back. You're not going to use those tummy muscles. So keep this going. So as you come back, inhale, exhale, pull the core in, out, and then back. Good work, keep going. So we're getting there, we're nearly there. Keep strong. As you do this, think, do I need to make this move a little bit easier to get to the end? And if you do, start to make the arm movements and the leg movements smaller. You don't need to fully extend, just making sure you're using those tummy muscles and you're not arching the back. Let's go for 2 more either side. And this is slow and there's a lot of control needed, so there's a lot of effort needed. So keep really strong. Last one, either side, making sure you finish even. And then hug the legs into the chest and just gently rock from side to side. Good work. So just rocking, just relaxing the feet in case they were working away too. And then hold on to the knees. So draw those tiny circles. Keep the knees and feet super glued together. And just draw some nice circles, feeling a nice massage on the lower back. And then make the circles bigger. So you can feel the massage going further up the back. And then bring them back in to a tiny circle. Change direction. So tiny circle. Make the circle bigger. And then bring back in to a tiny circle. Good work. Okay, lower one leg down and then the other. So we're going to do one more exercise here before we move on. So the next exercise we're going to do is we're going to dip the toe down. So we did this in the last beginner to intermediate class. We're going to pop it in again so that we can master it. So the movement is this. I'll just show you with one leg. You keep the right angle in the knee, you lower down. By just moving the thigh, the joint is the hip that's allowing the movement. And then you're bringing back up. Okay, we're going to try it with one leg, then we're going to quickly go up to 2 legs and it gets a little bit more difficult, so you can choose which leg's right for you. Inhale, exhale, get the core strong, lift one leg up, and then dip down, making sure that you're not just bending at the knee, okay? We don't want any movement of the knee joint. It's the thigh that's moving, and it's the hip joint that's allowing the movement, okay? So the thigh's coming closer to you, and then you're letting the thigh move away. As you get to here, you're stopping the back arch by using those tummy muscles to pull the leg back. Lower the leg down, inhale, exhale. So we'll just do those on the other side, just to even up the body, just while we practice the move. You dip down, and then you pull the leg back up. And again, dip down. Use those core muscles to bring the leg back. Let's do this last one. And then lower the leg down. Okay, so moving up a layer. Inhale, exhale, lift one leg. Lift the other without changing the position of the spine. Get hip distance apart with the knees and the feet. And then start to lower one leg. And lift. And lower the other leg. Okay, now we're going to increase the pace. So as you lower this leg down, as it starts to come back up, send the other one. Okay, so there's a lot more to think about now. You need to keep breathing, and you need to think about pulling the belly button in towards the spine. You need to think about keeping these ribs down, just like before on the last exercise. We're not allowing those ribs to lift. We're not allowing this gap here to get any bigger. The way to do that, use those tummy muscles, use the core, keep strong. We're going to go for 4 more either side. We're nearly there. 3 more. Nearly there. 2 more. Keep strong, keep breathing. Inhale, exhale, last one. And then hug the legs in and just rock from side to side. Good work. Lower the legs down, bring the arms out. And just have a full body stretch, just reaching away, taking a breath in. And exhale. And again, reaching away. And exhale. And relax. Bring the legs in, bring the arms in. And bring yourself round. Okay, so we're going to just put a stretching now. And the reason for this stretch is it's a problem that a lot of people in my classes have. They have lower back pain around here, which then spreads into the hips and into the glutes. So one of the reasons is a tight muscle that runs down the side of the back here. And we're going to try stretch that out and just see if that helps any of those aches and pains. So you want to bring yourself into a straight line. Your hips are stacked directly on top of each other. If anything, your hips are rolled forward slightly instead of back. Otherwise, you're not going to get into this muscle. Okay, so you're going to bring yourself up, keeping forward. So what we're not allowing is ourselves to rock back. We're staying forward. You're going to feel, I'm going to keep my balance, the muscle down here, stretching. What I want you to do is walk the hand in as much as you can and then sink into the shoulder. And as you do, you're going to feel it pulling into the ribs and down the side of your body. Keep forward with those hips, or at least stacked. And then relax down. And then bring yourself onto the side. Okay, so before you relax, just grab hold of some blocks or cushions. Bring yourself down onto your side. Take a breath in. Exhale. So again, we're in pretty much the same position, and now we're going to do the side kicks. Inhale, exhale, lift the leg up to hip height and then lower. Inhale, exhale, lift and lower. Keep going. So as you lift and lower, you're trying to isolate the movement just to the hips. So you're not allowing the waistline to move. You're using the core to stabilise that. Keep going. We're nearly there. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. 2 more. Good work. And then lower the leg down and give it a bit of a rub if you need to. Okay, bring yourself up into this position. So your hips are still stacked. You're going to bend the lower leg. Take a breath in. Exhale. Your elbow is underneath your shoulder so that when you push up or lift up from the hip, your elbow is still underneath. And we're going to lift the leg up. And we're going to attempt now to draw a rainbow forwards. Touch. A rainbow back. Okay, so there's a lot of control needed here in these tummy muscles. You're pulling the belly button into the spine. Again, like all these exercises, you're trying to make this just about the hip joint, not about the rest of the body. Keep strong. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pushing through the shoulder. Don't allow yourself to dip in or sag into the shoulder joint. Keep strong. Last one. Inhale. Oh, this is tough. Last one. Lower down and then relax back down onto the mat. You can just relax the legs out a little bit if you want. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is we're going to take a breath in. Exhale, get the core strong. Lift the leg just to hip height. And be very careful with this move, because if you've got tight muscles, you get cramp a little bit in your hips. So just make it small to start with. You're just going to twist the thigh, so the thighs rotating to look a bit more up towards the roof, and then come back to front. We're going to do 6. Rotate the thigh and back. So don't think about the foot. It's not really the foot that's doing any of this. It's the hip joint again. And as you rotate, we're on 4. Give the glutes a little squeeze, which is your bottom muscles. 2 more. Give those glutes a squeeze. And you should be burning away right now in these muscles. Last one. And then lower. Bring the legs in. Bring your blocks. Bring your arms to palm on palm. And your knees are stacked on top. And then just open up the chest. Floating the arm all the way over. Inhale. And then exhale all the way back. Inhale. Exhale. And exhale. Let's do one last one. We're going to hold out there this time. And then come all the way back, round to centre. Okay, so bring yourself up onto all 4s. We're going to do the Pilates press. So it's really good for obviously the arms and for the core. So bring yourself hip distance apart with the knees. Bring your knees just underneath your hips to start with, and your hands fingers on the carpet and your thumbs on the mat. Tuck under the tailbone slightly, and then just push the weight forwards until your eye line is about in line with your hands, and then you're going to pull the belly button in if you haven't done already. Keep this rounded or tucked under position, and then bend the elbows. And as you do, the body lowers, but nothing in the body changes position. Okay, so you're really pulling the hip bones towards the ribs as you do this. Lots of things to do with this. We can make this harder, like so, by coming down slower, and then pushing up really, really slow. I can make it easier, just do a small movement and back up. So the further and the slower that you go, the harder. But still a good exercise like this. So just decide which one works for you. We've got 3 more. If you want to make the last ones harder, remember, lower down, push evenly through the hands. 2 more. And you should be finding this pretty tough. We're nearly there. Keep tucked under in the tailbone. Keep the belly button pulling towards the spine. And then sit back. Just loosen the wrists off a little bit. And we're in the child's pose, but now just to make it a bit of a nicer stretch, just bring the arm round and just try to hold onto your foot. And here we're just having a stretch into this side. We're having a stretch into a few muscles in this side. So just relaxing into it. And then bring the hand back. And then go onto the other side. And then back. Good work. Okay, bringing yourself up to centre. So you can set a block if this is uncomfortable to sit like this. What we're going to do is hip distance apart. We're going to roll the shoulders back and down and hands underneath here. I'll do the rest facing this way. Shoulders back and down, sitting nice and tall. Inhale and then exhale. Nod the chin. Roll down and then come all the way up. Take a breath in. Exhale, rolling down. Okay, so we're going to make this harder now. Lifting the arms up. Inhale, belly button. As you exhale, pulled into the spine. Roll to about here, shoulders are relaxed. And then bring yourself up. Inhale. Exhale, come down. And again, up. Okay, so this time I'm going to make it even harder. But remember, you can choose one of those 2 layers. If not, bring the arms in and twist. And as you do this, remember we keep centered. You don't allow the knees to move. Okay, the knees are staying where they are. Your sitting bones are staying pressed into the floor evenly. Come back to center. We did 2 either side. Come up. Inhale. Exhale. Come back down. Pull the belly button in. Relax the shoulders and twist to the side. And twist to the other side. And twist back. And twist back. Come back to center. Roll up. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, and again, twist. Keep the knees and thighs still. Don't allow yourself to rock from side to side. You're just making it easier on yourself. We want to work these muscles, isolate the muscles. Let's do one last one. This is really tough. Stay strong. Last one. Inhale, exhale, and to the side. Over and to the side. Over and to the side. Nearly there. Last one. And when you come up and you finish strong. Come up to tall. Relax the legs down. Give them a little rub if they were joining in too. And we're just going to have a nice stretch. So reaching up, taking a breath in. And then as you exhale, just start to fold the body. Get to about here. And then have a reach forward. And that extra reach just stretches the spine. It stretches down the back of the legs. Take another breath in. And then exhale and relax into the stretch. Relax the thighs, relax the calf muscles. And then stack the spine as you roll up. Roll the shoulders round. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Hold about here. And then reach forwards. And as you're in this stretch, remember to relax the thighs. Relax the calf muscles. And then roll down onto the legs. And then bring the body back to tall. Okay, bring your blocks with you and come to the other side. And you're going to bring yourself into a straight position. Your hips are stacked. We're going to do the stretch on this side. So you're tall and you're getting as tall as you need to get into these muscles down here. So you need that hand for support because you rock so far forward. Then just sink into it a little bit to increase the stretch down the side of the body. You'll find one side not so tight and one side probably quite tight, especially if this is an area down the lower back that you have pain with. Just hold for a few seconds longer. And take some breaths in and out just to help increase the stretch. And then lower down. Lower down, take the block, pop it underneath. Bring yourself hips stacked, take a breath in. Exhale, lift the leg up. And then lower the leg back down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. Reminding yourself of the basic principles of the side kick now. We don't want to dip down into the waistline. We want to keep the core strong. So on that exhale, think, I'm going to use these tummy muscles to stabilise the spine. Just allow the leg to come up and down without having to move the rest of the body. And then we're going to really focus on the strong muscles around the joint. Good. Let's do this last one. And then lower down. Take a breath. Just to relax those muscles. Then bring yourself up, your elbows underneath your shoulder. Bending this leg, straightening the other. Inhale, exhale, lift. Lift the leg. Your belly button's pulled in towards the spine. You draw the rainbow forward and back. And this might feel a bit clunky to start with, but once you get the control, then you can make this a little bit smoother. But for now, just keep persisting, keeping the core switched on, thinking about trying to keep the body still and using the muscles around the glutes, which is your bottom muscles, your thighs, the hips, all that areas helping to do this movement. Last one. Rainbow forward, rainbow back, and then lower down. Good work. That's a tough one. Okay, inhale, exhale, get the core strong, lift the leg up, and then just twist the thigh, or twist the leg in the joint so that it's pointing up, and then forwards, and then up, and then forwards. Good work. I don't know about you, but my leg is aching just a little bit. It's nearly there. Not so much break on the second leg. Okay, one last one after this. Rotate the leg to point up. Come back, lower the leg and bring them in. Have a good rub. Relax them all out. And then you can just pop your head on the block. And let's start to open up the chest as you bring the arm all the way around. And then all the way back. And again. Okay, let's make this the last one. You're aiming for a stretch across the chest. Obviously there's other areas stretching too. Looking at the hand, but just start to relax the body as you start to roll the hand all the way back round to palm on palm. Good work. Okay, bring yourself onto your back. We're going to do some nice stretches now. So pop your head onto your cushion and just bring the legs either side of the mat or as wide, quite wide. It's up to you how wide you have them. Arms are out to the side. And we've done this stretch with the legs together, but now we're going to have them apart. Bring them down towards the floor and then look to the other side. So you'll feel this is getting different muscles than when we keep the legs together. It's getting into hip flexors, it's getting into muscles around here. So we're having a really good stretch into different areas. Bring the legs up, keep the feet wide. Roll to the other side. And roll the head in the opposite direction. And then bring the legs back. And walk them back in. Bring one leg, place it on top of the other. And then if this is enough stretch, stay here. But if not, lift up, hold onto the bottom leg, and then hug that leg in, relaxing the feet, relaxing the calf muscles, and just allowing the stretch down the outside of the leg. And while you're here, you can just rock the head from side to side just to check you're relaxed in the neck. And then lower the leg slowly down and change over. Coming up if it feels okay to do so. If it's too tight in the muscle, just allow the leg to sit back down on the floor. And then again, just rock the head from side to side. Just check you're relaxed in the feet. You're relaxed in the calf muscles. Lower the leg down and then bring yourself up onto all fours. Okay, so coming onto all fours, we're going to start by opening up the chest. So trying to keep the hips nice and level and just enjoying a stretch through the top part of the body. Come up and then back down. And again, lifting up. Again, one side will feel much tighter than the other. So just holding the hips still rather than rotating them around. Enjoying that stretch. Come back down. And then bring the knees away from each other. Bring the heels in. And then sit your head down onto the mat into a child's pose, but with the knees apart. And again, just start to relax down through the spine. Relax the muscles. We're trying to switch the muscles off now. Taking the right hand, just thread it through. And bring the hand back. Change over. And then come back to centre. Bring the knees back in, tuck the toes under. Your hands should be here, so we're just going to push up onto the toes. And then in the heels towards the floor. From here, start to pedal, so come up onto the toe and then onto the other toe. So I'm going to stretch through the feet, the toes, the Achilles, the calf muscles. This is really nice for runners or anyone who has sore feet or ankles. This is a really nice one to get some relief in that area. Let's make this the last one. Come up onto your toes with both feet. Lower down the knees. And then walk the hands back. We're going to start to gently roll up. So just rock back onto the toes and then lower the heels. Start to gently stack the spine. Dragging the hands. When you get near the top, just gently roll the shoulders back, down, and sit the head back on top. Come to face centre. Bring your legs out. Take a breath in. Inhale and exhale. Relax down and up. And again. Clasp the hands at the top. Reach through the spine. Drop the arms down. Have a little twist to the side. And a twist to the other side. Come back to centre. Walk the feet in. And let's finish as we started. Hip distance apart with the feet. We're imagining the helium balloon pulling through the spine, through the neck and out the top of the head. Then roll the shoulders up, back and down. Let's do that one last time. Up, back and down. And you're finished. Well done. Good work. Okay, I'll see you in a few days. For now, bye-bye.